Greetings, fellow dragon fruit growers. This is Paul, and today I thought I would show you what I've been doing for the past 2 months. And what you see here is a hot mess of plant hoarding. Well, actually, it's my friend, the late Leo Manuel's pitahaya collection and dragon fruit collection, and some other seedlings and tropical fruit trees and mango seedlings and stuff like that. So you can see the process here. This is a shady part of the yard, and I leave the dragon fruit laid down here in the pots, and I repot them and go through them, prune them, and assess them and relabel them. And it's taken me 2 months. He had well over 100 pots. So let's go down the hill a bit, and I'll show you what I've done so far that I find interesting. Now here are some of his plants. That's Orton Engelhart, a Undatus. Here is Paul Thompson's 9S. Really old, look at that. Love his old labels too. And it had fruit set, as you can see, and a flower bud. So I'm excited to compare this to Dark Star, because Dark Star is one of my favorite varieties. So we'll see what this becomes. Now these are just some of Leo's Selenocereus megalanthus, Hylocereus costaricensis hybrid. Leo's dragon is one of these, but there's different types, as you can see. Look at all the variants. This one's one of my favorite. Really unique growth. And this one's really cool too. Very spiny and very old. He did this cross back in 2005. So I have at least a dozen pots of that hybrid. And I'm not sure how many are different, but I would say at least 6. Here's Kwang Ong Self-Fertile. You can see it has a fruit set. And plenty of flower buds as well for its second wave this season. So I'm excited to see, is this the same thing as American Beauty? I will compare it this season. So we'll find out more. You can see there's still some more on the ground here. That's Binhoy Red. And this is what I worked on the past few days here. Now it doesn't look like much, but it's been a lot of work. So I pulled out all the potting soil in this raised garden bed, and this time I did the Gary's Best Top Pot mix, and I put some of Leo's special plants in here. Back there's G2, so 2 G2s. Here's 8S, as you can see. It's really bouncing back and has a lot of new growth. Here's Leo's Hylocereus undatus, crossed with costaricensis. So look at that interesting plant. It's one of Leo's hybrids. Here is Asunta 1. It's got some fruit on it, and several more up here. Now, there's also some other ones I'm assessing here that looks kind of messy, but that's what it is right now. Here's Leo's eBay Self-Fertile. Does remind me of American Beauty, so we'll see. Here's Santa Barbara Red, and something else from William Chow. Selenocereus cetaceus. Here's Panama. Another Selenocereus about to bloom. And some red Taiwans. He had 5 pots. Some are red Taiwan number 5, some are red Taiwan, and 2 or 3 are at least different in my experience. So I'm excited to get this double-decker trellis going and to evaluate these plants. Now Leo had 5 Frankie's Red plants. You can see they're the oldest Frankie's Red I've ever seen. So really big, really large. I had a flower bud, but it aborted it in the move. Now here's something interesting. This is 3S Red Fleshed from Manny. And could this be Punch? We'll find out. It has a nice big fruit, so I should get to taste this pretty soon. But 3S is Delight, and Delight's a pink flesh fruit. So I'm excited to see what 3S Red Fleshed from Manny What does that mean? Now, Leo really liked Neon. He had at least 6 pots of it. And I have it here next to my Sugar Dragon and my Houghton and a few others to assess them and compare them. But you can see how many neon fruit I have this season to taste. So these old plants have produced quite a bit of fruit and several flowers. Now here's Sugar Dragon. I'm going to compare it to that. And then here is Houghton. So I'm excited to see how this Houghton tastes like compared to Sugar Dragon. Here's a fruit. Now, one other thing I'll show you in this section today, or a few more things, is that I have G1, and I ate one of the fruit yesterday. It's very round, tasted great. So there's G1, but then I have 4 different types of G2. And I know that 2 of them are different. So I have Leo Manuel's G2 back there. I have G2A from a grower named Richard Reed, and G2B. So I'm gonna see what the differences are. Also, you can see this really old plant here is another one of Leo's hybrids. It's 7S crossed with Neon. So I'm really excited to see what this tastes like, 7S crossed with Neon. And last but not least for today is Paul Thompson's 7S. I got some cuttings last year. You can see it's kind of yellowing from the heat. But here's Leo's old 7S, and you can see how old this plant is. Wow. So really, really old 7S. Now it had a flower bud and 2 flower buds, but I broke them off in the move, so I'm hoping I get to taste a 7S this season and compare it to Voodoo Child and Sugar Dragon and see what it is like. So there you go. That is part of the update, what I've been working on. I'll show you a lot more in the future. Give us a like and a subscribe. Thanks for your time. Have yourself a wonderful day. Take care.